FortressForever. What's up, guys? This tutorial is going to show you how to install FortressForever SDK so that you can do some mapping for it. Obviously, you're going to need Steam, but I'm not going to tell you to do that. You should be able to find that through Google or something. Go ahead and load up the library. Now, make sure, obviously, you're going to need FortressForever, but also make sure you run the game at least one time. Load up a level, doesn't matter which. Also, do the same thing for Half-Life 2 Deathmatch. So you want to download both of these and then run at least one level at least one time. So now we are in the library, games. Let's go over to tools. You're going to make sure that you want to install Source SDK and Source SDK Base 2006. Once you have those installed, double-click Source SDK and it'll load up. Alright, now that Source SDK has been loaded up, it's gonna say that you're in Source Engine 2009, and you don't want to be there. It won't work. I found that out the hard way, so you want to go ahead and do Source Engine 2006 instead. And with Half-Life 2 Deathmatch selected, go ahead and load up the Hammer Editor. And here, if it tells you something like the game data can't be found, then you didn't do what I said. You need to go ahead and load up the both games, and you need to go ahead and run one level at least one time. So now you are in Hammer, and what you have to do is go to Tools, Options. So now that you're in Hammer, you want to go ahead where it says Configuration, go to Edit, hit Add, type in FortressForever, and close. Go ahead and select FortressForever. Now you want to do Game, Data Files, Add, and you want to go to your mod directory, which should be somewhere in your Steam Apps location. Go ahead and then go to Source Mods, FortressForever, and you want to select FortressForever.fgd. What that has in it is all of the entities, game data that you need for FortressForever. Okay, so now that you loaded up the Forge game data, you want to go ahead and texture format's fine, map type is totally okay, but you want to go ahead and change this to something like info, players start, and funk detail. That's all good. Default texture scale 0.25 is fine. Default light map scale 16, that's great. For the cordon texture, you want to go to Tools, Tools Skybox, and what that pretty much does is anytime you draw the cordon bounds tool, it will replace the walls of the cordon box with the skybox that you have, which is a nice little trick. So now for the game executable directory, I already have this copied and pasted. I'll just show you here. You're going to go ahead and try to just copy exactly what I have here. It's the $$ Steam directory. What that does is automatically finds your own Steam directory, Steam Apps, Source Mods, FortressForever. You want to go ahead and do the same thing for the second box. Go ahead and do the same thing for the third box, but this time you want to do a, / and then maps, or /, whatever the hell that's called. Alright, the last few things you have to do here are going to be underneath Build Programs. So go ahead and go to the Build Programs tab, change it to FortressForever. I don't know why it doesn't do that automatically. I think that's silly, but whatever. So game executable is going to be, and I'm totally going to cheat by going to FortressForever forums. Thank you. Okay, boom. So go ahead and copy $, Steam user directory, Source SDK, hl2.exe. For this one is going to be a Steam user directory, Source SDK, bin app1 bin vbsp.exe. Same thing, except it's going to be vviz.exe. Here you go, vrad.exe. And your FortressForever map directory. And then hit OK. Okay, so if Hammer pretty much tells you to close down, you have to, so it can load everything up that you need. So we're going to close that down and close out of the SDK and reload it. You probably hear some Black Ops going on in the background. My buddy's kicking ass. Okay, so now that SDK's loaded up, go ahead and under current game, just go ahead and open that up. And for me, FortressForever is at the bottom, so I select that. It might take a second to load everything up, and then you go ahead and reload the Hammer editor. And at this point, you should be good to go. The easiest way to see if you have all the materials is just to go to your texture editor and type FF in the filter. And it should load up all the textures. And I really like the textures in FortressForever. I like how gritty they are. Alright, well that should do it. So if you have any problems, go ahead and contact me, and any questions about Source, I'm down to answer anything. So, yep. Alright, bye.